A married mother has 4 children with 4 men. The whole family survives on instant noodles for 365 days. The mother carefully stuffed the child into the suitcase. She quietly moved into the newly rented residence to avoid the landlord's discovery. She could only transport them this way. She signaled to her eldest son then not to let his sister out. She was unmarried and had given birth to 4 children with 4 different men. 3 young children had no legal identification documents. The mother established the rules. Only Dan was allowed to go out. The next day, the mother dressed up and applied makeup. She said she had a new romantic relationship. She had just Saturday down when she was called away by a phone call. At dawn, she quietly returned home. The next day, she left without saying goodbye. She left behind a letter and $200,000. The letter instructed Dan to take care of his younger siblings. Dan deposited the money in the bank. A month later, there was no news from their mother. The savings were almost depleted. No one answered the phone calls. He sought help from his nominal father. The man was impatient but gave him some money. After the mother sent living expenses, she lost contact again. The whole family survived on instant noodles. During New Year, Dan bought greeting cards. He had the store clerk imitate his mother's handwriting to write blessings. He stuffed money inside and distributed them to his siblings. His sister noticed the handwriting was wrong. On his younger sister's birthday, she firmly believed their mother would return. Dan took her to wait at the train station all night. They didn't wait for her either. Their mother never came home again. Dan and his friend entered a convenience store. He refused his friend's hint to steal something. On the way home, he again met the girl who wanted to jump into the lake. She had also been abandoned. Dan inquired about work. The clerk said he needed to be at least 16 years old. He advised him to find the police. He didn't dare because of past events. In summer, the savings were completely spent. Water and electricity were cut off. Dan took his siblings to the park to fetch water. He met Jane, who was being bullied. He invited her to his home. Jane went to work at a cabaret. She came to find Dan with money. His self-esteem was hurt and he ran away. His younger brother's eating sounds woke up Dan. He spat out a paper ball. Dan used the remaining money to buy instant noodles. His sister fell and lost consciousness while trying to close the window. Dan panicked when he returned home. The phone call was cut off due to insufficient credit. His sister was no longer breathing. Dan borrowed money from Jane. He wanted to buy the chocolate his sister loved to fulfill her wish of going to the airport to see airplanes. Late at night, he put his sister into a large suitcase. Taking the chocolate, they headed to the airport. The roar of airplane engines masked the sound of digging. Covered in dirt on the way home, Dan looked up when he heard airplane sounds. Looking at his younger brother's clear eyes, he decided to shoulder the responsibility and continue forward.